Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishchita, and first up, the protests in Mandur has entered the 16th day. The Chief Minister is holding meetings with the Babudom of the BBMP. The Chief Minister has rapped the Babus for not finding a solution to the Mandur crisis. He's asked why the crisis is intensifying with no solution in sight. Meanwhile, there are speculations of a compromise on the cards. The villagers have been protesting for the 16th day now. 8 of them are on an indefinite hunger strike as well. One of them has been shifted to a hospital in Puram as her health started deteriorating. So today the Chief Minister rapped officials of the BBMP for not finding a solution to the Mandur crisis. Let's not forget that just a couple of days back it was expected that the Chief Minister will meet the people of Mandur. However, that did not happen, after which the Chief Minister was at least expected to listen to the woes of the people of Mandur, after which a decision was expected to be taken by the residents of Mandur as to whether they will give that 8 months of time period for the BBMP to make alternate arrangements. My colleague Nolan Pinto joins us with more details on this. Well, Nolan, what more can you tell us on this case? What are the latest developments?
Well, as of now, it looks like a compromise. They might come about with a compromise, because all along the villagers were first very adamant that no garbage should be dumped here, come what may. They say that they had an agreement, May 31st, it was terminated, and that's it. But as of now, we are told that with officials actually, with the Chief Minister now sort of sending his main officials over there to talk to them, intermediaries, the residents, it looks like if the government gives them in writing that in these many months they will stop dumping garbage there for good, it looks like the villagers will be ready to go ahead. So the compromise on the cards, very likely now, but we are still not sure about it, because there are no official statements coming out. No one has actually come out and spoken about this, but this is what we're getting. Now, apart from that, the Chief Minister has now taken to task all the officials in the BBMP. He's asked them why this mess has actually gone on to such a huge proportion. Basically, he wants to know why didn't the BBMP actually look into this for all this while? Because they had 1 year, Nishita, 1 year they were actually sleeping on the job. They were supposed to get in alternatives. It's not even that, not only stopping dumping garbage in Mandur, but also to start clear the garbage that was dumped over there, segregate it, and sort of go ahead and get the village back to how it was earlier. But nothing has happened. So the Chief Minister has actually taken to task all the junior officials.
Right, and also, Nolan, what sort of a compromise are we looking at? Are we looking at these villagers being forced to accommodate the garbage despite their unwillingness to do so? And if there are any promises being made from the government's end, from the BBMP's end, will there be any guarantee given that these promises will be fulfilled? Because in the past, the people of Mandur have given numerous time frames, numerous deadlines, but nothing has materialized. No alternate solution has come in.
Very true, but again, if you must look at it in this way, the government has no other place, Nishita, to dump garbage. Mandur is the only place now. And you also saw how a few days back, when the government actually spoke about different areas, how people over there, seeing the condition of Mandur, actually went about protesting. Not even just the people, even the elected representatives in those areas joined the people to protest against the government's decision to start anything over there. So, let alone other areas, the government does not have any other place. So the BBMP has to dump garbage in Mandur. Now, what we're told is that if the villagers are ready to allow them to dump garbage over here, but then you made a very interesting point. How can the villagers trust them? Because if the villagers say they want something in writing, an agreement was signed with the villagers saying that May 31st, 2014 would be the last date. The BBMP did not adhere to that. So even if the government actually gives them something in writing now, the villagers will be a bit apprehensive as to whether the government will keep it promised, because we do know how the government functions. We do know how, everyone knows how the BBMP functions. You really can't trust them when they say that they will finish it in so-and-so time. Again, now the BBMP talks about 4 different areas, 4 alternate places where they've started. They do not, we need to see what's happened over there, how much of it is ready, how will they be able to do this, who's going to take the garbage over there, is the BBMP going to try and segregate waste right over here so that things are settled? Nothing much. The BBMP as of now is just saying that they need about 5 to 6 months. Till then, they have to dump garbage in Mandur.
Right, and also we understand that this is the 16th day of protest, and many of the protesters who are on an indefinite hunger strike, their health is failing, so there is not much time for the BBMP or for that matter the state government to really mull over the issue. They will have to take a decision now. They will have to interact with the villagers now, as already a lot of damage has been done because of the delay in holding talks.
Very true. This is the 16th day, like you stated. In fact, it was last Wednesday when, along with Doreswamy, former freedom fighter, the residents of Mandur had decided that till the BBMP actually stops dumping garbage in Mandur, they will go on this protest of fast unto death. And that's what you see. Actually, many people from the city have also joined them. Few of them were actually, the doctors had to take them to the hospital because their health condition was deteriorating. So this has taken, like I stated, the situation over there has taken a huge, it's turned into something else. Last year we saw how in the New York Times itself they spoke about Bangalore as a garbage city. We do not want to get that tag once more. So the government needs to do something. Siddaramaiah, when he was elected as Chief Minister, promised he would do something about it. Nothing much is done. It's not just for Mandur, it's also for Bangalore, because if the people in Mandur do not want garbage to be dumped there, simple, we are going to see garbage dumped here in every street because there is no place to dump garbage.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Nolan. As absolutely well, the villagers of Mandur seems unrelenting at the moment, but reports indicating that there might be a compromise inside, there might be a decision reached at by the people as well as the officials as to what sort of a deadline will the people of Mandur give the BBMP this time around, and what sort of an assurance they will seek from them that by the end of the deadline an alternate arrangement should be made as far as dumping the garbage from Bengaluru is concerned. And well, after staying away from Mandya for almost a month, actor Ramya is back in her constituency. This time the actor visited the victim who was sexually molested by the Maulvi a few days back. The actor, on seeing the plight of the girl, called her brave and assured all help towards her education. While questioned about being politically involved in the constituency of Mandya, the actor stated that she didn't have the power to undertake great work, but she was definite on helping the needy through her foster father's trust. Ramya also rubbished allegations of writing a letter to AICC president over factionalism within the party. She also showed interest in renting a house and carrying forward the good works in the constituency despite controversies. Let's listen to what the former MP of Mandya had to say.
ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ತರನೇ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅವರು ಪಾಪ ಹೆದರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಧೈರ್ಯ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೇಳಿದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಬೀನ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ನಾವು ಹೆದರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಜನ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ನ ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆಗ್ಬೋದೇನೋ ಅಂತ ಆ ಭಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ಕರೇಜ್ ಟು ಗರ್ಲ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಈ ಥರ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ಹೇಳಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದರೆ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಸ್ಟಾಪಿಂಗ್. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇವ್ರು ಯಾರೂ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಭಯ ಇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರು they'll continue to abuse women, you know. So ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನು 9ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೂ ಓದಬೇಕಂತ ಆಸೆ ಇದೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಓದಿಸಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವಳು ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಆಸೆ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದೆಮ್ ದಟ್ ಏನೇ ಇದ್ರೂ ನಾನು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಂತ. ಅವಳು ಕನ್ನಡ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ವೀಟ್.
Well, Ramya, after her disappearance act, is finally back in her former constituency of Mandya. Ramya had assured after losing the elections that she will continue working for the constituency, but she was nowhere in sight. But now she's back, and she even met one of the victims of sexual harassment, a little girl who had been harassed by the Maulvi, to whom she was taken for supposed treatment to her illness. The girl was sexually molested and physically abused as well, and is currently undergoing treatment at a hospital in Mandya. Ramya also went on to state that she is willing to work for the people of Mandya by renting a house and an office there, and that she does not, however, she does not have too much powers to carry out developmental works, but she will continue to help the needy through her foster father's fund. And moving on now, keeping up its offensive over long power outages and water crisis in the national capital, Congress held a protest in Delhi. Burning effigies and posters, they have demanded immediate intervention of the centre to address the problems. Arvinder Singh Lovely said as Delhi was under President's rule, it was the BJP-led central government's responsibility to address the difficulties being faced by the people. In fact, these are the scenes being witnessed on the streets of Delhi as Congress workers have intensified their protest against the central government for not being able to deal effectively with the power crisis in the national capital. Let's not forget that Delhi has been suffering due to a power crisis with frequent and long power outages, and considering the temperatures have been fairly high, it is becoming all the more difficult for the national capital to bear it. And today, once again, Congress leaders took to the streets, shouted slogans against the central government, and said that since the national capital was under the President's rule, it was the duty of the central government to carry forward the works and to attend to the people's needs and requirements. Effigies were burnt and quite violent scenes being witnessed there. As we know, as soon as the Aam Aadmi Party jumped on the power crisis in Delhi, Congress seems to have sensed a political opportunity and once again making a hue and cry out of the power crisis in Delhi, demanding answers from the central government as to why the promises are not being fulfilled and why there is no water or adequate power being provided to the people there. In fact, these are the scenes on the streets of Delhi. Although there has been no response from the central government on the matter so far. The Prime Minister has not reacted. Congress continues to stage protests on the streets of the national capital, holding empty earthen pots and symbolically representing the fact that there is no adequate water or power in the national capital. Well, there we hear them shouting slogans against the Bharatiya Janata Party government at the centre. The Congress workers in Delhi burning effigies in protesting against the inadequate supply of power and water to the national capital. Let's not forget that very recently, the Lieutenant General of